Welcome to the Cock Dice. We're back again for another update for our New Year, New Army challenge. This is Ian here with his Tyranids once again. This week I have mainly been painting up another bunch of termagants. These guys are armed with flesh borers and will just be mixed in with the rest of the unit I showed you last week and some of the week before. I've been painting quite a lot of termagants and I'm really quite bored of them. I'll just grab one here and pick them up. Show you a little bit closer to the camera. As you can see, he's painted exactly the same way as my previous units, and you can check out the painting video which I'll link at the end of this one. So as well as the termagants, I've managed to find a little time to do some building work as well. This time it's a hive tyrant with wings, flagrant. This guy's armed with a pair of devourers. Recommend to get guns right on this, and ready to have running claws, which I'll probably use the feet for. He's a rather large model. I'll have to zoom right back out here. I'll just spin him around a bit so you can see the side. There's nothing massively special about his pose. He's pretty much out of the box, built, existing parts. The arms I think were from a Carnifex kit I had kicking around. Didn't really fancy him with anything larger than these. He's mainly going to hoof it across the board as quick as possible, try and get to combat, basically make a bit of a mess and be a bit of a distraction for hopefully getting some of that multi-metal fire away from my Carnifexes. Anyone who's built the Hive Tyrant kit will know that you essentially get two Hive Tyrants in it. However, one of them doesn't have a body. Luckily for me, I've got myself a 3D printer. I gave away one of these torsos a couple of weeks back. I printed out the torso a little bit smaller than the model I got off Thingiverse, but otherwise it seems to fit really nicely. This guy, of course, with the 4 swords is going to be a Swarm Lord. Wasn't really planned in my 1000-point force, but I thought it'd be worth having one of these built anyway because they're quite a force multiplier and he just looks a bit badass. As well as him, I had a box of Zoanthropes to build. I asked around on the Facebook group and after a lot of discussion judged that it was probably best to build a box of Zoanthropes. So 3 of them here. I've done nothing particularly conversion wise, but I have taken off the back vents. I wanted to use them elsewhere and just green stuffed over the area they were in. Also decided not to stick the lower front claws on, just because I kind of like the look there of this as they are now. With all the spare parts in the box, I also decided to build a Neurothrope. Lower part of this guy is built out of Venom Throat tentacles, just 4 sets of them, brought them all together in the centre, bit of green stuff around that. The main body and upper arms are from a Hormagaunt. I had a spare couple of those kicking about. Here's where I used the spare vents I had for the Zoanthropes. His head is the Neurothrope head, packed with a lot of tinfoil, a lot of green stuff work, and some of the big brain upgrades. I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be, but I've got 3 of those packed around it, and I use the Zoanthrope head as a bit of a guide as to what it should look like around the back of the jaw and stuff like that. So this guy's done as well as an extra HQ. Finally, we'll upgrade the tracker. It's weeks 6 to 9. We're at the end of week 9, so I'll mark off the termagants as well. Moving into the next phase, and for me, my last 250 points of this force is a Hive Tyrant, the flying Hive Tyrant you saw earlier, along with 10 Gargoyles. The Gargoyles are on the painting table now and should be ready for next week. So thank you very much for joining us once again. We'll see you again next week for another update. Goodbye.